Oh, this is more complicated than the ones I normally use. Let's hope this will work. Okay, so first of all, thank you to have me here. My name is Jackson. I'm working with BIGO. I'm the vice president of BIGO. Also, I'm in charge one of the most famous product of BIGO, which is IMO. So Mr. Olga gave us a very interesting and insightful presentation about the bigger scope. I will be, from an industrial point of view, using BIGO as a case study to demonstrate why Jordan is the best place to launch your business, to operate your business in the Middle East. So a bit of a background about BIGO. BIGO is a social media company. It's about connecting people and entertaining people. One of our best product, IMO, which is headed by me, is being widely used in the Middle East. For example, in Saudi Arabia, where they have 33 plus million population, our daily active user is over 9 million. In smaller countries like Qatar, where they have 2.9 million population, our daily active user is 1.6 million. So we're talking about in GCC area, 1/3 of the population is using our service every day. So we have a huge presence in the Middle East, and all of our business of the Middle East is being served here in Jordan. And how does that happen? Let me go through the presentation. How do I move? Okay. So let me start. I'm actually selling Jordan now in Singapore quite a lot. Let me start about Middle East market first. I've been here for many years. I always see MENA, especially the Middle East market, as a gold mine. Why is a gold mine? I'll give you 3 reasons, especially for those who are coming here for the first time, want to explore business opportunity. The first thing is this region has a very strong economic power. If you're looking at this year, the GDP growth is extremely high. If you're looking at GCC in particular, it's even higher. So this is the first reason. This is where the money is. Second reason, you have a huge young population in this region. Young population means that you have high penetration, high adoption for social media, for gaming, for everything. So as an internet company, we like young population. And the third reason is, I think you will see the 5G penetration, internet infrastructure, also social media penetration is one of the highest in the world. So this makes a perfect place to do business like us, internet business. So I'm not going to sell my own company because I was told I shouldn't be doing so. So I'll use other companies. Gaming company, PUBG has been doing extremely well in this region. TikTok, almost like a phenomenon in the Middle East. So those are successful cases. Smaller companies also doing very well in our industry as well in the Middle East. I think this is because the MENA region has this habit to go digital, to go on their mobile phones. I think they're probably spending too much time on their mobile phones now. So that's what's happening now. This is a big opportunity for companies from Asia, for companies from US. But as a foreign company, when you come to this region, you're going to face a lot of challenges. I'll name 3. And if you are a foreigner like me, you'll definitely feel the same thing. First thing is the language. I speak Arabic to the extent that I will be able to guide my taxi driver. Aladu, Hushi Min, Hana Kwais. Okay, that's my Arabic. And you can imagine when I first came here, it's extremely difficult for me to communicate with stakeholders. Also, not to mention, we're running social media, millions of people are uploading content every day. As a foreign company, how do you make sure those content are appropriate? It's impossible. At the very beginning of our business, we were able to catch content that is obviously wrong. But when someone speaking in Arabic, in let's say Saudi dialect, Saudi language, we couldn't really catch them. We don't understand what they're talking about. And this was a big issue for us. So I'll not go to details, but language is the first thing we face as a problem. The second thing is about the culture. Culture is very important because you will be able to find a lot of business opportunity if you understand the culture. A very good example is one of our products is running some internal tribes. So people get together, they form tribes, and they compete with each other. This is how we make money. That competition makes us a lot of money. And where did we get that idea of forming the tribes in the product? This comes from our interviews with users, our employees, when they give their brainstorming ideas. This is how it comes from. So understanding the culture, you must have a local eye. And the third thing, probably most importantly, you will have local insights if you operate on the ground. You wouldn't have that if you're a foreign company, just like me 5 years ago, 6 years ago. You wouldn't have the local insights. I'll give an example about IMO. Recently, we're developing a new technology, which is probably on your phone now, that when you are video chatting with someone, and that person, a very bad person, start to record the screen, you will not only get a notification, this is something happening in other products like Snapchat, you not only get that, your screen will automatically be blurred to protect your privacy. And this is something you wouldn't understand. Why do you need that function unless you have a local team, you have local insights? So for us, these challenges were being solved by setting up an office in a country like Jordan. A bit of a story. We come from Singapore. So our company started to operate in Jordan in June 2019. At that time, I think half a year, we grow our employee from 0 to 50. And then we start to have the pandemic. And our operation at that time is growing like really fast. In 2 years, 3 years time, now we are at 1,000 employees as of Q1 this year. So the big number, the number-wise, probably we're not the biggest. The big number really doesn't stress how this team is benefiting us. We have a very young workforce. This is very important because when I first came to Jordan, people tell me, oh, unemployment here is a big problem, especially for young people. And I was so amazed. Why young people? You know, in our industry, we're welcoming young people. We don't like old people. Unfortunately, people like me is already considered to be quite old. We like young people. And here, you have so many young talents looking for a job, traveling a job if they get it. This is the first thing. Second thing, we have a very high female workforce. In Jordan office, we have more than 50% female workers. In other offices, this percentage is even higher. Because in our industry, you need to be patient, you need to be really careful when you deal with numbers, when you deal with users. So female has an advantage here. Thirdly, we also have a new office in Ibrit. I think it's also part of the government initiative. So this is our story about BIGO. But why BIGO choose Jordan to be the place? I have very good reason to say that you need to be local, but why Jordan? You can go to other countries. I'll name also 3 reasons to choose Jordan. Firstly, you have a great talent pool. This talent pool, as I said, young, bilingual, and most importantly, they are very professional. I don't know what's the reason behind this professionalism I see, but what I feel is when you come here, you hire people, they really appreciate the job, and they are willing to work really hard. You know, in some countries, my business goes 24/7. It's about entertainment, right? It's about connection. When do you think our peak time is? Thursday evening, when everyone is enjoying. Our people has to work. So in this country, you ask people to go 24/7, work in Ramadan, work on Eid, on the most important festival. They're willing to work. So this is very important for us. Secondly, compare with the GCC, where the market is. In Amman, in Jordan, the cost is more reasonable. I'm paying something like 700 dinar for a fresh graduate as salary. But in GCC, probably that number will triple. So it definitely makes sense for me to have this cost-efficient operation here, especially when you consider I'm not going to be able to ask someone to work on a Friday, Thursday night in GCC, right? But I can do it here. It makes perfect sense. And lastly, probably most importantly, this is a very friendly country. When you say I create jobs here, everyone helps you. from government, from people like InTouch. InTouch was Mr. Nidale was the first one inviting me to dinner in Amman. That's why I joined the association very soon. So I feel the friendly environment here. So this is my last slide. I'm inviting, I'm initiating, I'm advocating for more companies to come to Jordan and target the MENA market. I have 3 things to say. Firstly, let's build more jobs. We're not talking about ordinary jobs. We're talking about, attractive jobs that need skills that give young people opportunity and their dreams. Secondly, let's help more enterprises. The enterprises like us, we are not doing charity work. We really get the benefit from Jordan. Our business doubled in the past 2 years during the pandemic, and Jordan has everything to do with it. So let's help more companies to enjoy this benefit. And thirdly, lastly, let's launch our business here and let's make success. Thank you.